As we get closer to the end of the year, I had some ideas for some content that I wasn't 100% sure I wanted to share with everybody. So this is going to fall underneath some bucket list stuff for the year. Um, so some of you guys might notice that I go through hats a lot. I've got a hat for Broken But Built when I talk about the Broken But Built stuff, and I've got my Level Up hat when I talk about the parenting stuff. And and then I've got my faith hat and stuff when we talk about Jesus stuff and everything. But I wanted to take a minute to share with you guys. It's been asked of me a couple of times in my lifetime, right? Like, what is the deal with the hats? Because there's that metaphorical, you're putting on your dad hat or you're putting on your boss hat or whatever, and you want to get this stuff done. But you want to get to the point where you want to know what it's about, right? So it's more than just putting on my broken but built hat. But I want to key my audience up to what I'm going to be talking about. So if I'm wearing the black hat stuff, it's going to be a little bit darker. If I'm wearing the level up stuff, it's going to be a little bit lighter. Um, that aside, I wanted to share with you guys some of the stuff that I do with my hats in general. Um, just because it's been a part of my life for a long time, right? And so we're just gonna get into it. I have when you're a truck driver, when you live your life blue collar, um, hats can say a lot, right? It's can tell people where you work at. Your employer might hand you a new hat. I know that as a truck driver, it was one of those things that I kind of actually look forward to once a year or so. The company would hand out new merchandise and stuff, hats and coats and what have you. um and it was even years afterwards, right? I'd stopped working at Cisco for 10 years, right? And I still had my they gave us these really nice dry duck hoodies and stuff. And the hats fit really well, so it's like it was one of my, let's go out and get some work done, and but you know for me, there's an emotional attachment to some of the hats that I have. You know, they're they're kind of like, I don't know, badges of honor or whatever, or merit badges, or but every time I put the hat on, I remember the stuff that I accomplished, or the things that was going on in my life at the time when I got the hat or was wearing it when I went through some stuff. And I wanted to share with you guys a couple of them. Um, I've got this neat little fedora here. I actually kind of got this as a wedding present from, well, the now ex-wife, right? When we got married, after everybody said I do, they played the theme for Indiana Jones, and they put the hat on me because it was supposed to be an adventure. And for a large extent, I mean, it really was an adventure until it wasn't. Um, but I mean, it's like, but I keep the hat even though there's good memories and bad memories underneath that one. But I wanted to share with you guys. I'd actually, this one's in such bad shape. Um, she put it away, so nothing bad would happen to it. Nobody would accidentally throw it out. I don't know if you the bill is absolutely rotted and destroyed. It was a satin black hat. And then because I'm 6.5 foot tall, I tend to hit my head on things. So the buttons worn off, and um, it's super super faded. I mean, this is um, I mean, the fact that this hat even survived some of the stuff. I started truck driving under this hat um, over 15 years ago. I started a family under this hat. Um, and when it wasn't just the getting married part, my oldest daughter is adopted, and we went through the whole adoption process. We actually, when I first got this hat was the first Christmas that we had, my oldest daughter, and when she was an itty bitty baby. And I just, this hat has, I wore this hat for 5 million miles of driving truck. I wore this hat for the first 7 years of my daughter's life. Um, it was the first time I found a mentor was wearing this hat. Um, the first $250,000 I ever made was wearing this hat. Um, the first business I started was wearing this hat. Um, I mean, and there's a lot of firsts and there's a lot of lasts underneath the hat. So if you have a buddy that's got a raggedy old hat, he's wearing it as his crown of achievement. Um, his experience is all tied up into what's on his head. And I know it sounds silly to do a whole little piece about hats, but it's just for the women that I've met that didn't understand why a man would wear a raggedy old hat. Um, now you know. It is a culmination of all of the things that he's experienced while wearing that hat. And when things get rough and things get hard, you know, stranded in a snowstorm in the middle of Idaho, I had this hat. And it reminded me who I was out there sacrificing for, the wife, the daughter. Every time I thought about giving up, giving in, I would put this hat on and I would remember why I'm still here. Um, so even though it is absolutely hideous, and I don't actually wear it anymore because it doesn't hold enough shape to stay on my head, I still have it. And I hope that every hat that I have eventually meets that level of wear and tear. I wish that I can have the opportunity to make those memories. And again, like I said, bucket list thing. The hats. I mean, if you can see some of them in the background, I've got a dad hat, and a Transformer hat, and a Deadpool hat. That my kids got me over the years, and you know, they're all there so that I can wear them and remember who, what, where, when. I tried to find it. I had a buddy of mine that has a business building VA clinics and hospitals all over the country. He gave me a hat, not too dissimilar from the one I'm wearing. And even though it was quote unquote advertising for his business, not everybody can buy his business, but it was like a mark of support for my buddy Luke, just to say, hey, look, I'm thinking about you. Um, and I support what you're doing. As much as I don't understand how it works, I understand why it works because it's his calling. Over here, I've got some beanies and stuff from my buddy Kenny, who runs a bunch of automotive shops. Now, when I wear his hats, it is absolutely advertising for his company because people can go in and get the cars fixed. Got a couple of stickers of his on the back of my car. And there's no wrong helping to support a friend in those moments when they're doing something different, they're doing something big. Um, just absolutely awesome. And that's why I took the time to go to the Printful and Etsy and all that stuff to have the hats made up. Right? Is that for me, it solidifies what I'm doing, and that hopefully at some point you guys decide to go down and check out the stand store and the swag shop and all that stuff and buy one of my hats and support me, or feel that you're supporting me, or the message, or yourself, right? Because you've got a story to share about being broken, but built for more. Um, or you're excited about how you've leveled up together with your kids and your spouse. Um, it's just weird how a hat can do that for you. You can literally put the hat on, and all of the memories and the whys and the hows and everything are just there for you to remember every time you put that hat on. So, as always, guys, like, subscribe, share. I love you guys. Be safe, make good choices. And if you can't make good choices, at least hopefully it's a good story. All right, we'll see you guys next time.